You could always add balloons or something that's going to attract attention in a nice way. Now come inside with me and see what we've done. Here we are inside. The first room that we set up, and you can set yours up in any way that you choose. I always like to separate out the better items. So this year we had a lot of jewelry come in. We put some in jars, and then here's more jewelry. Working on putting together another jar. Some jewelry still has to be put out. It's really good to have displays that show things. It shows things on different levels. It makes it kind of more interesting. We kept some of our rings together, our earrings, some of our better pieces. We're not totally set up yet. And then here's another table that we're working on. And then we are going to fill this in. And then here is going to be our sterling silver and better jewelry, more expensive items, which we keep in a case, which I think is a good idea to have one of these cases. I actually have to flip it around. It's important to have good lighting. And the room was used for a different function, which last night, so we kept certain boutique items out, but I think it works out kind of well that just the jewelry is in here. It gives everyone space to move around. I mentioned that there was another function because sometimes you just have to, when you're working in a venue that's owned by a group, you just have to work around it. So we're in the other room now, and this is where a different kind of action happens. The jewelry is one room, then as I mentioned before about laying out the room, organizing it, having the housewares and collectibles, and then having things, well, I always label the tables, so women's sweaters, women's shirts. I think it's many times when I'm about to do a sale, people ask me, how do I go about setting up the room? So I do it by groups. I put the women's clothing together and I separate by women's pants, skirts, shirts. Then I do workout for women. Again, housewares. Let me just show you some of the housewares. I try to put the electronics together, lighting fixtures, lamps, things like that. One of our volunteers so graciously merchandised, and it's good to merchandise also, to put housewares together, to take sets, cups, saucers, dishes, flatware, and set it out together, sort of like a store, you know, use their model. Let me see, we put frames together. Sometimes we run out of room and we have to put things underneath. So this is just an idea of some of what we have. And then again, here are like sweaters and here are women's shirts. And you know, I like to always have any sale that I do look very neat. I think it's just sort of more welcoming. We have a boutique table, so that's another thing. I notice that places are pulling out items, which they should. They're pulling out items which they can get a little bit more money for than just the regular items, which go for, you know, anywhere between maybe $2 to $6. So something like this with the little toys, I believe, that go with it, we're going to ask like $15 for, 10 to 15. Then we have things like pretty good CDs. These are just some of them. Interesting pillows. This is a massager. Better bowls. I don't know why the men's shoes are on here in particular, but they're good. This actually retails for over $100. It's the complete Beetle set, so we'll ask something like $35 for it, which is a good deal for us and a good deal for whoever is going to buy it. And then we have, again, we separated all of the clothing here, and then here's our boutique section. Now sometimes, oh, by the way, it's important to have music, and so I have to plug it in over here, but I make sure to say to please not touch the player, that it's not for sale. It belongs to the group, but it's always nice to have music playing, like Nat King Cole, Frank Sinatra, just sort of Gladys Knight and the Pips, you know, just kind of nice, relaxing, Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan. People love Diana Krall. Just wonderful artists, and I'm always asked where people can buy the music that I'm playing. That's on the side, although P.S. we should get a commission from Amazon for that. So anyway, so here are some of our boutique clothes. They're really good names. They're Xenia and Hugo Boss, and Prada is in here. It's really important to have a mirror, as I mentioned, especially in our boutique section, for people to look at. And again, this is our boutique clothing, and then we have better clothing here. So I try to separate it out for the group so that we can make a little bit more money. And we haven't straightened this up yet, but there are, like, here's a Gucci bag that someone donated. We have some of these hats, Coach, another Gucci bag. So I pull these things out so that, again, the group can make a little bit more money on them. Better luggage, interesting items here. We got some Tiffany & Company items that we pulled out so that we're going to get more money for them. Somebody donated these golf carts. They're like brand new. Just an idea. So they retail for about maybe $125, and we'll ask, because they're brand new, like $30 for them. And then something else that we do, which I think I had shown before, is that we style some outfits. Some people buy them exactly as they are, and it gives everyone an idea of a ready-made outfit. And then if we have time, we can help and actually go around and help people accessorize. Then we have books and CDs, and here are the CDs. Here are there are the CDs. Here are some of our albums. The Beatles. Somebody really liked, well, I like the Beatles, but this person really liked the Beatles. So anyway, here are some of them, and we separate out the books. Again, if there's something really good, we pull it out ahead of time. Try to keep things neat. You don't want anyone to fall. We try to use all the space that we can. So that's what we have for now. Here are the toys that we've separated out. Someone donated some nice older vintage games. And then we have handbags, which are different. They're nice, but they're different than the other ones. And we have our shoes. Next, I'm going to show when the volunteers come in. Oh, one other thing. So this is the place where we're going to check everybody out. It's important to have a nice long table, or 2 tables, or several people to check everyone out, because hopefully the line can get long and you don't want to make anyone wait too long, although it does give them an opportunity to perhaps look for more things. But you know, we try to make it easy and comfortable for everyone. We always have bags behind us, and that's really important. People like things in bags. We even keep boxes in right behind this wall, and then this way, if someone buys dishes or things like that, and things to wrap things, to wrap dishes in bubble wrap or things like that, we save from the donations. Another important thing is to have a cash box. This is our cash box. We actually made it out of a jewelry box, but it works out really well because our money goes into here and the coins go into here, and then it has a bottom drawer for the large bills. And we start out with like about $100, which is then deducted at the end when we do our final count. So whatever you put in, deduct so that it's not seen as a profit. Make sure that you have name tags for everybody. Basic plastic UPS type tags, write people's names on them. This way if somebody needs help with something, they know who to look for to ask. Okay, we're down to the end. We're saying where things need to go. This is what we have. This is how much jewelry we have. This is some of our better jewelry.
In other words, some of these I recognize.
Some of our better jewelry. Then you have to have good lighting. Good lighting is very, very important. Men. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Teresa. You're not in it. Okay, yes, you can. Oh, okay, we have our cash boxes and our volunteers. We have our volunteers, and then we have our separate tables. That's our pricing. Okay, so we have a line that's almost right, and then this is everybody coming in. Everyone looks for different things, and hopefully the crowd. So how did you like our rummage sale?
Always have a great time. Definitely worth coming.
Wait,
to.
let's see. This is some of the stuff that you bought. The other stuff is in the car. But it was a good sale. Did you think it was organized nicely?
It was done beautifully.
And you would come back again.
I'll see you again next year.
Oh, thank you so much, and enjoy. Thank you. So here's another amazing customer of ours. She comes to our sale every year, and we love her. This is, well, I won't say her name, but she's wonderful. So what do you think of our sale? I see that
Wonderful.
You're looking at the jewelry.
I did buy some things, and I'm snooping at the jewelry right now.
Oh, is there anything in particular that you look for?
Oh, just something that catches my eye.
Oh, good. And do
Yeah.
you buy things to give as gifts also, or primarily for yourself?
No, for my greedy little self.
You're wonderful. Well, thank you, and we're so glad you're here. Enjoy. So now we have a wonderful person who comes and buys from us every year, but now he's going to comment about our music, which I say it's important to keep the music playing. So
yeah, I have to say, I come to this sale. They have the best music on the East Coast.
Aw,
I look
thank
forward
you.
to every year. They have the best music, and of course, they got the best workers and the best organizer, Patty. And it's just great.
Well,
So
all of
thank
us.
you.
Thank
All
you.
of you. Everyone does a great
Aw,
job.
you're
but
so
the music,
sweet.
I'm telling you, and one year, I'll give her one of my CDs to play. Everyone's going to be dancing.
Sounds good. Thank you. So it's almost the end of the sale, and things have gone down quite a bit. Let's see. And then this is our boutique. Oops. This is our boutique room, and this shows you how much has been sold, or
$5 for a bag.
so we're starting to close down now. Our bag sale started, and we are charging $5 for just sort of an average sized bag. It was a great day. Everyone had a lot of fun, as you could tell from some of our interviewees. And it's a great opportunity to make a nice amount of money for an organization. I hope you've enjoyed and you've learned a lot. Thank you for coming with me on how to run a successful and profitable rummage sale.